Taking a look at your education headlines tonight. During their regular Board of Trustees meeting, the Richland Two School Board discussed what banning cell phones in classrooms would look like. Our Chris English was there and joins us now with all the details.
And Christy, tonight the Richland Two School Board met right here at district headquarters to discuss a proposal to ban electronic devices, including cell phones and accessories like Apple's AirPods during the school day. Now, this is all to ensure that the school district is in compliance with the state device ban that was enacted earlier this year and ties district funding to that ban.
So our policy is changing because of the proviso that was put in place during the legislative session. And that proviso requires that students cannot have electronic devices that connect to Wi-Fi from the first bell of the day to the end of the day.
Richland Two Superintendent Dr. Kim Moore discussed the new policy after the board's meeting. According to a proviso in this year's state budget, each school district must adopt the state's restrictions on electronic devices during the school day and have those restrictions in place by January. The state does allow each district some flexibility in how the policies are implemented. For Richland Two, that means allowing students to use their devices on buses, at field trips, and during athletic events. It also means that the superintendent can designate principals as having the power to decide under what circumstances students can use their own devices as an educational aid. The policy under consideration by the board would require students to keep all personal devices off and out of sight during the entirety of the school day. Students pushed back on the policies, proposing changes that take into account student downtime during the school day.
Specifically, we would like to push for the changing regulations to be more inclusive of students who have gap periods and students in study hall. Many of my peers who I have talked with were not able to be here tonight due to after-school activities and sports, but I'm here as a representative of them all. We hope that you take our suggestions into consideration and vote in that way. Thank you.
Jordan Benjamin spoke on behalf of her fellow students. She said they are not in favor of a device-free day. We reached out on social media for viewers' thoughts on the device ban, and you didn't disappoint. Victor Green says no phones during school hours. For emergencies, parents can contact the school or the teacher. Donna Jean says she doesn't see how limiting devices would improve safety in the classroom. She suggested more focus be put on developing a plan to eliminate school shootings. And Marianne Haynes Adams says her daughter attends a private school with a strict no-phone policy, and she likes it. She says there are phones in the classroom for the teacher and that students can pull out their phones during an emergency. And tonight was the first reading of this new proposal. Now, the Richland Two School District will vote on whether or not to approve this policy at their next school board meeting. That takes place on November 15th here at district headquarters, and that meeting is scheduled to start at 4:30 p.m. In Richland County, Chris English, News 19, WLTX.
All right, Chris, thank you so much. Now, the new policy will have exceptions for students that are required to have devices for medical or educational purposes.